I understand this correctly, you're still in high school?
He's the only one left.
That is so inspiring.
Yeah, I'm inspired to graduate, that's for sure.
Dude in the back crowd with that hat jumping super high. Stop jumping real quick. Okay.
Yeah, you, yes.
All right, y'all, still looking like a lobster, but I've been wearing sunscreen for 2 days and it just won't go away. But we're here at day 3 at Welcome to Rockville. It's been an amazing time. Tonight we have Linkin Park headlining. I've got so many great interviews in this episode today that you're going to see. So much fun. Yesterday we had Adam D from Killswitch Engage. We got to see Good Charlotte coming back, reuniting, or they were on a hiatus for a while. Out here, man, I had high expectations, but they exceeded those expectations. And getting to see Green Day come out, they had the Bad Year blimp flying over the crowd. Great showmanship from the band. And again, today we have Linkin Park tonight. I mean, how can you beat that? So it's going to be insane. And then tomorrow we close things out with Korn. That's crazy to me. So just an epic festival so far, and it's just going to only get better. All right, y'all. I am on the way to see the mighty Hoobastank. I just caught up with the guys in Return to Dust, who I'm going to be seeing tomorrow. Really one of the great upcoming rock bands. So excited to see what the future holds for them. They're going to be out on tour with 3 Days Grace and Breaking Benjamin, which is a huge tour. So it's cool to see that for them. Met them first time last year, so really excited. But you know I got to go see Hoobastank, baby. I'm so excited.
I don't write the rules, Daytona. Heavy in heart, soul, just heavy. You may shit your pants. That's a normal response to a song this brutal.
It's gonna get heavy, yo.
Devastating.
Oh shit.
And one that you hear when you're in the frozen food section at the market.
Let's go, dude.
So,
It's about to break down.
are you ready to shit yourself, Daytona? Brutal pit. Brutal pit.
Open it up. Yeah, baby. Open it up.
Perfect.
Dude, Hoobastank, absolutely killing it right now. Whoa. So good. Y'all, look how nice the VIP section is out here. So this is a major upgrade. It was already really nice in the past, but the setup in here has been a huge upgrade. Out here at Welcome to Rockville in the VIP section. Really, really different than what it's been in the past. I mean, this is fancy, y'all. Y'all, I am so excited. One of my favorite interviews of the weekend right here. I've been listening to Dayseeker nonstop ever since Pale Moonlight came out. Absolutely insane. You guys are just making such great music for the last several years. Thank you all for being here. And what has the response been like to the new single?
Incredible, yeah. I mean, I think we hit like 1 million streams in a week, and then I think it's a little over like 3.5 million right now. It's been a couple weeks, and it was like, I think the video was like a number 20 trending on YouTube for a few days. It was a very surreal experience for sure.
You're one of the bands where you're so original that it's hard to tell like who you were influenced by, like maybe growing up. Like, can y'all kind of share like what bands you were really into growing up before you kind of got into this professionally, if you want to pass it around?
Yeah. Linkin Park.
Tonight.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I was really into Thrice, Dallas Green from Alexis on Fire growing up. Those were like big vocal influences for me.
I was a big drum guy, so it kind of led me to some weird bands. I was a big Dave Matthews fan. Dave Matthews. Yeah. Carl Beauford, amazing drummer. Death Cab for Cutie, another really good drummer. Linkin Park, obviously.
For me, probably like The Used, like some emo stuff, like Taking Back Sunday. As we like probably in the beginning of this band, we were into like a lot of Architects. I feel like
Carter, my boy.
Yeah, that band rips. Their new album rips too. I was a big fan of Circus Survive. It's another good one.
Yeah, a lot of the same ones that these guys were saying, like Circus Survive, Thrice. Also like As Cities Burn. Yeah.
Y'all, we are here at Welcome to Rockville with Chain Saint here. Shout out to y'all. I am such a fan of what y'all are doing. If I understand this correctly, you're still in high school?
He's the only one left.
That is so inspiring.
Yeah, I'm inspired to graduate, that's for sure.
But yeah, I'm still in high school for a little bit longer, but I'm glad, I'm getting out soon, just full steam ahead on this, But yeah, it's school, stay in school, kids.
You're doing this simultaneously being in a metal band, and it's like, that is not easy. And it's great to see the next generation out there. So I had several people come to me and go, yeah, you got to check this band out. They're so sick. I put you on, and it's so heavy, and it's so freaking sick. And literally, that's why I have you here right now. I'm like, yo, this is the next generation right here, baby. Talk about your sound, talk about your influences, and kind of what got you motivated to start this band.
I think we all could collectively say our biggest influence writing this record was probably Sepultura. I don't even have the words to describe how big fans we were of them and still are.
For me, it was also like Sepultura. I love Igor's drumming. Started to get into like newer hardcore bands. Like I was never really like into hardcore, but then I started to get into like Drain a little bit, and that gave me some influence. But yeah, it was just kind of like thrash and hardcore, I guess. Yeah, that was my influence.
Yeah, I mean, we're influenced by the new and the old. So yeah, Sepultura, right? Yeah, that's the main one. I mean, we've always been influenced by them, and we still are. We cover their songs here and there. So yeah, that's definitely the big one.
All right, y'all, we got somebody flying a proposal. I don't know where they are, but someone's getting proposed to right now, brother. So congratulations to the happy couple. You flew a plane over Rockville. Over 75,000 people at Rockville, Daytona Speedway. Will you marry me? If you say no, that's insane. Congratulations, the happy couple. I need to get a Rockfeed plane to fly around Rockville. Y'all, we got a very special guest here on a very special day, right off of the release of the debut album, Afterglow. We got Sleep Theory in the building. Y'all been dropping singles for some time, but now the debut record is out. I have been loving what y'all are doing. Nothing but hits, nothing but bangers. Just caught y'all live. Y'all got a lot of buzz around you. What's it like to be here at Welcome to Rockville today?
Oh man, it's surreal. We were here I think a year ago. Yep. We came and played a year ago, and crowd turned up. And now that we're here again, it was just, I feel like there was maybe double the amount of people.
Definitely.
And it was just, man, it's a surreal moment. It was incredible.
We always get people to sing the songs back to us, but whenever everybody's for sure this time screaming it back, and Fallout, you hear everybody scream Fallout, and this and that it's really amazing to be a part of.
What does it mean to have that debut record out, cross the finish line? I know that's got to be a stressful process.
It was definitely something that was a long process to get done, and we definitely were very meticulous with it. They were thinking that we would put out more heavy songs and this and that, but there's a lot more layers to what we're trying to accomplish as musicians. It's not just heavy music and screaming and banging your head, there's a lot more to Sleep Theory than just that. And I feel like the album does a very good job at picking up where the EP left off. So there's not really many places where someone could say like, oh, that's not expected. Or I feel like the album is exactly what you could expect from a Sleep Theory album.
Y'all, we are here backstage at Welcome to Rockville with some of my best bros out here on the road. Hollywood Undead in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for being here.
Yes.
All right, so how has it been? Y'all have recently been on the road with Tech 9 as of late. How has that tour been going?
Great, dude. Tech's the man, dude. We love him. Set it off the shit. 0936, a little bitch, but he's cool, I guess. Yeah, he's cool.
It was 0936 Mafia.
Yeah, we got confused. We thought they were gonna do Stay Fly, and then he just came out with some other whack shit. No, he's cool. Yeah, Tech said that. He's like, there's too many whites on this tour.
Yes, we laughed.
Yeah, he totally boned out.
You bailed early. I'm supposed to be filming with Tech in the near future.
We said that.
Yeah, I'm gonna show him this clip when I get there. So, when you guys, is this your first Rockville that you guys have played?
No, we got rained out one year, so we're supposed to play, and it rained out. It was funny because some dude driving a skid steer under a bridge where we were stuck, and I was like, how do you drive that? And he's like, let me drive the skid steer. And I still talk to the dude to this day. He's like, remember me? I was driving the skid steer. He wasn't even at the festival. And now he comes to our show. He's like, you were cool as man, now we're buddies. And I was like, yeah.
You guys have picked up so many friends over the years. Everybody loves you guys. You guys are just hilarious.
I don't have any friends.
You don't have any friends anymore? Do you guys kind of keep to yourselves now?
No one even lets me ride their skid steer.
I don't even know what a skid steer is. I want to ride it. They never asked me to ride it.
That's amazing.
What'd you say?
I don't even know. These guys are so entertaining. You don't even have to ask them questions.
But
They
what
just
is a skid steer?
I don't know.
Some kind of like a tractor. Think.
Yeah, it's like a bobcat.
I'll take you for a ride on one day.
Do you guys check out any other bands when you're at this festival, or do you just are like, I'm gonna chill on the bus in the AC? It's so hot.
No, honestly now, because it's kind of from when we started doing festivals 15 years ago or whatever. It's like a full rotation, so like it's different bands now. Like tonight, I'm excited to see Linkin Park with what's her name? Emily. Yeah. That's that. Obviously we all grew up on Linkin Park and we miss Chester, but I would like to. It's going to be a different phase, and being able to see that's going to be cool. We saw Green Day last night, so Wimmer's really cool about changing up. For a long time, it was the same bands every year, including us. So he's smart about rotating bands, and like the Chili Peppers will play sometimes. So not always just the heavy active bands. It'll be like, he switches it up really well. So whenever we play, it's always new bands now. So we're always
I want
stoked
to
to
see
see them.
Sublime still. That's what I'm bummed I missed
They
last
played
year.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I want to see Pierce the Veil, because those dudes grew up in San Diego, I think. I've never met them, but I feel we grew up so similar to each other. Like, it's very rare for a band to be from LA or even San Diego.
They're from La Raza too.
Yeah, they're from La Raza.
Y'all, we are joined by a very special guest today. My boys in Hoobastank, one of my favorite bands, just absolutely crushed it here at Welcome to Rockville. Got to catch some of their set, and the crowd really responding so strong. How did it feel out there on this very hot day?
It felt great. I think at the end of each show, I kind of give myself grades, like how do I feel like I sounded? How did the audience, respond, and technical stuff. I had a really good time, and I felt good, and the audience, despite 1,000,000 degrees weather and the humidity, I think enjoyed. It's a good thing to have the fire hoses going. That's essential.
And you guys are so funny up on stage. You're always making people laugh as well. I love the stage banter. Sometimes it gets taken out of context and people don't know that you guys are goofing off. Have you guys always kind of ribbed with the crowd when you're up on stage your whole career?
I don't know if it's purposely, I don't go up there and go, okay, I got some material I want to work on, but I like to keep things, every crowd's different to a certain extent, and every environment's different, every situation's different. And you have to be able to kind of run with it. And I've always been big, or we as a band, I think have always been big, because we've played every size venue from this stuff to small clubs. And we've played with bands also that have done the same thing. And I have witnessed a lot of bands who take the same vibe as a huge show like this out to a small thing. And it seems it's mismatched, So a lot of times I like to just address the elephant in the room, and if whether it's like, we don't know why we're on this bill because we're too heavy, or something like this, we go like, dude, this is really funny. There's so many great bands, and obviously it's Rockville. There's a lot of really heavy, iconic bands, and then there's this one song that was like a generational pop song. I don't know. It is what it is, and I kind of like to tease the audience in situations like this. That if you know it, then you're not as tough as you think you are. And the fact is, I know that most people would know it. And we're just taking the piss out of it, it's just for fun. It kind of breaks the ice, and I want people to know that we know, and whatever they're thinking, negative or positive, we've thought about already, and we know, so we kind of beat them to the punch.
Guys, I am here with my boys in AngelMaker, one of the sickest metal bands out there. And you got to know this about Johnny. He is one of my longest friends and one of my favorite people in all of music. Love this guy. As soon as I saw him, had to give him a hug. One of my favorite people right here, one of the best people. Andrew Baina, you're not here. Johnny's here, so you're a piece of crap. Me and Johnny were in a band together back in the day called One More Slice, and now he's crushing it with AngelMaker, Carcosa, whatever other 17 bands he's in. And but tell me, y'all, how has it been today at Rockville? Y'all are got to be one of the heaviest bands of the day today.
Yeah, it's hot as hell here. We're all very sweaty. Our balls are very sweaty. But it was really sick today. Yes. And we had a really good time, and now we're drinking 17,000 cocktails to cool off, and beers.
You got to stay hydrated.
We have to stay hydrated. So
There's water in beer.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was really great. We played first on the stage that we played. We were a little like, there might not be anyone here. It's too early, but people showed up, and it was a lot of fun. And thank you to everyone who showed up.
We always learn this, every time we do a festival, we're like, no one's gonna be here. it's too early. And then we just walk off stage for 10 minutes and everyone's there. Like, I don't ever know why we freak out about it. It's always great. This is our second. We just did Sonic Temple. Holy shit, dude. It was awesome. It was like night and day from Blue Ridge. Night and day. Yeah, like, yeah, night and day different. But like the way it was organized, like the catering slap, they had a full like Italian lunch. So I was having a great time, dude. But our set was awesome too. Like our stage was stacked. We had the chapel. We had All Shall Perish. We had Upon a Burning Body. Peeling Flesh was right beside us. Like it was a good heavy day. Like awesome fest.
It's like a scene out of a movie, baby. We're here with Lee from The Funeral Portrait. So great to have you here. Saw your set earlier today, looked amazing.
It was, you know, it was a little hot, you know, but you know, this is insane.
I gotta tell you, did you ever think that you would be performing at freaking Daytona International Speedway? So insane. I can't believe I'm here.
Dude, I can't either. So that was crazy because our stage was like on the track,
right,
bro. Like our it was like on the track. So like I have this bit where I do like half the side, do hell, and then so I was like this side of the track. Normally it's the room, right? Or whatever it is. This side of the room, do hell. I was like this side of the track,
right,
and this side of the track. So it was like a whole bit, and I was like, what the.
So for those who don't know about The Funeral Portrait, how would you describe the band?
We use a few different words. The first one is zesty, right?
Yes.
Because we get up on stage, we shake our ass, we have a good time. We just have a good time.
Yeah.
I want to have a good time.
Right.
I need people to have a good time.
Right.
So if we're having a good time, that means everyone's gonna have it. The second one is devoted. We've been doing this for 10 years, and we've put in the work, we've done it, and I still literally after our set, I literally hop down the barricade, I meet everybody for as long as
awesome.
I can, and that's devoted.
Right.
And number 3 is ass shaking always.
Guys, we're here with Eric Bass from Shinedown. We're talking about the new solo record that just came out, and I gotta tell you, we just talked about how it hit the charts. Last we spoke, it was first coming out, and now it just charted. It's gotta be crazy to have a band like Shinedown as successful as it is, but making lightning strike twice with the solo album, and I know you worked on that thing for years. How does that feel?
Feels great, man. It's especially you know I talked before about this, about how I sat on it for a long time, you know, and so there's something about holding on to something like that and not really knowing if you want to put it out, you know, sort of having trepidation about that in certain ways, and then actually releasing it and having the reaction be as positive as it's been, and the actually charting on Billboard. That's great. You know, it feels wonderful.
Especially you always wonder, like, hey, if I made music years ago, I sit on it and hold it for a while, is it going to be treated? You know, it's like, I don't know. For me, stuff I've done, I'm like, I wonder if this video that I filmed too long ago is still worth putting out, and then you do, and it has success, and it's got to mean a lot more when you're also producing it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I mean that album represents, you know, hours, days, months of my life, and a big part of my soul and a big part of who I am is in that record. Everything I am is in that record, to be honest with you. I really wanted to create something that I felt like sounded like what the inside of my head sounds like, if that makes any sense, you know. And so it's very personal, and you know, I guess maybe that is why I hung on to it for so long. But it really is rewarding, man. It's one thing and I appreciate my bandmates, and I appreciate my friends and my family who all loved it and had heard it prior too. But sometimes maybe you feel like they're supposed to say those things to you. Right? And I know they're being honest with me, but you know, so you don't know how the general public's going to what the real opinion is going to be, and I mean, I just remember going down, when I first released Mind Control, the first song, and I was like, oh, there's no real negative comments in here, you know. I think there was that one, maybe I told you about it. It was my favorite, like negative. Sometimes negative comments are so good you can't be mad at it.
Right.
And this was the one comment that sticks out in my head is, never been a fan of Shinedown. Still am not.
Oh my God.
But I mean, you know, come on, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But like, you know, that's like one of 4 or 5 bad comments I saw. Everything else has been like just overwhelmingly positive.
All right, in just a few moments, Linkin Park is about to take the stage, headlining Saturday night at Welcome to Rockville in front of tens of thousands of people. A massive crowd as far as the eyes can see. Linkin Park about to play all the hits and all the new stuff as well. Just saw them a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know if this crowd is prepared for the show they're going to put on. They are very good live. I've now seen them. They're going to put on an amazing performance. And it's going to be history right here at Welcome to Rockville with this massive crowd
which I'm about to go out in. So exciting.
You were at Shadow's house?
I was. Wow, baby, let's go. Shout out
Shadows.
I know. I can't believe it either, bro. I can't believe it either.
Where we asked somebody out there to help us with this little moment at the top of the song. And all you gotta do, I'm gonna ask, hold on. Let me find somebody. Right.
Look at that guy jumping so high, like he's worked so hard.
Oh my God. Okay, dude in the backpack with the hat jumping super high. Stop jumping real quick. Okay.
Yeah, you, yes. Yep.
Okay.
The really buff guy.
You're gonna pick a number, but you're gonna pick a number. One.
Listen. You gotta pick a number.
Just put 1, 2, or 3. You pick a number, and it's good.
3.
Okay.
Okay.
You
this.
chose Colin's Destiny on this next one.
He chooses 3. What does this mean?
Okay. This is the gent intro. All right. I'm following you guys. I don't know why I'm playing piano. That's the gent intro. That's what Colin says.
Behind me, I have the legendary Daytona International Speedway grandstands. This is the end of day number 3 with Linkin Park headlining with a phenomenal set from the band. This is my second time seeing them in the last few weeks. So fortunate to be able to see their reunion shows. Emily sounded amazing. The show was so energetic and so fun. You could tell they were having a great time up there. But again, Welcome to Rockville is just insane. It's been such a great weekend. Wait until you see what I have planned for tomorrow. What is one of the craziest moments in Rock Feed history? Stay tuned.